Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all the animals that may be listening. This is CGL Sefton's podcast, episode number 5. And today we have our fabulous outreach worker, Gary. How the bloody hell are you doing?
I'm absolutely fandappy-dozy today.
Oh, is that because it's Friday?
Yeah, well, no, because I do miss work when I'm not here.
Do you?
Yeah.
So are you just saying that in case some of the bosses are listening?
No.
Oh, right. Well, we do open Saturday mornings, 9 until 1 if you want to come in.
I do cover Saturday mornings.
Listen,
quite a bit.
I've covered loads and I've never seen you here once. So you don't miss the place that much. So I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions.
Yeah.
More than a couple actually. And only share what you feel comfortable sharing. Obviously, I know you wear friends anyway, so I'll try not to have our normal banter where you say love you, Mark, and I say hate you, and all that sort of stuff. It's all about spreading love and positivity. Okay, what do you do the weekend?
Well, I'm off Monday and Tuesday, so I'm going to see Arabella's got a big show tomorrow, so nice. I'm going to see her in her show tomorrow, so she's acting and singing. So it's normally up at Performing School of Dance and Performing Arts, but it's because it's a big show, it's at Liverpool High, Aesthetics Lane.
It's a shame this isn't being like video recorded because you're pointing at the door as if I know what a dickhead. Liverpool High, fabulous.
Yeah, round the corner.
Try and get some video footage. She's a talented little kid.
Yeah.
First question of the day then. If you could have a superpower, what would it be and why?
Ooh, I'd love to be able to fly.
Yeah, same.
Just to give myself a different perspective on this beautiful planet that we live in.
Wow, love that.
So, yeah, being able to fly, I think that would be my superpower.
Okay. Fab, yeah, same. We could fly together.
Would you? Yeah.
I'd like to fly. Or I'd like... fly.
Fly,
yeah. Or be invisible.
Yeah. Go into that.
The situations I get in would be fabulous.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. How long have you worked in the addiction field for?
Coming up, I think, right, so this year is going to be my 11th year.
11 years?
11 years, yeah.
Okay.
And that's 11 years with CGL.
How have you still got a thick head of hair after working?
I try not to stress myself too much or rub my head with a brick, so...
Okay, that's where I'm going wrong then. Okay. So, you got into this field nearly 11 years ago,
yeah.
And what brought you into working into this field?
So, I had issues myself with drugs and drink, and come into service 10 years. So come into service in early 2013, so 10 and a half years. So, and then that was through Sefton when it was CGL or CRI back then.
Yeah.
And I was on the last ever peer mentoring course before because it was something I was passionate about. It was something when I come into service, I thought I want to do what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know, looking at the other workers and stuff like that. So I haven't looked back. So.
Okay, so you've been clean from drugs and alcohol for 10
and a half years now, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Did you find it hard?
No.
Never
found it hard.
Really?
Which is quite unusual, because I see some of our service users and, I see their daily struggles with remaining abstinent and a life of recovery, but no, I've never found it hard, I'll be honest with you. It's just something when I first come into service and I got myself clean and drink and drug free, it was just something I was dead set on doing what I wanted to do, you know what I mean? I just fell in love with it straight away.
Did you go to like detox, rehab, anything like that?
No, just through key working sessions and things like that. So,
are you still in touch with as like a friend or a colleague, your old key worker now? Or?
Well, funnily enough, the first ever drug worker who assessed me was Paddy.
Really?
Yeah. So, I'm like 10.5 years later, I'm actually working with him now, so which is fantastic.
Amazing.
And we have kept in touch over those years, and he's followed my journey from being a volunteer right through to where I am now, back in Sefton.
Yeah. Amazing. I absolutely love that. So can I ask then, what drugs were you taking?
Cocaine, speed, so it was a lot of stimulants.
Was it?
Yeah, and it was a daily thing as well. And yeah, just on the come downs, I was drinking. So I was hitting the vodka quite heavily as well. So yeah, so I was doing a lot of stimulants at the time.
And what do you think brought like cocaine, stimulants, speed into your life initially?
Well, I've had an interesting discussion with people about this, and I have done a bit of research on ADHD and on the spectrum and stuff like that. And I don't know if it was me self-medicating that took me to the realms of this. Mm-hmm. I was a DJ like 25 years ago, so obviously that sort of cohort and environment and stuff like that, that's where it started. But stimulants is you give stimulants to people take stimulants for ADHD, it's part of their medication regime. And I'm just curious. I've never ever had a diagnosis, but sort of things that I've been looking up, it sort of resonate with me, and I've think I do that or I've done that, and that's what I mean. So that sort of thing. Yeah,
absolutely. That's so interesting.
Yeah,
and we find, like, when I do my key working session with people are either think they have ADHD, or they are going to be tested for it, or they already have it. Yeah, there's quite a common link between the two.
Yeah, definitely.
Because obviously people with ADHD prescribe like Ritalin and things like that.
Yeah.
Really, really interesting.
So I am going to speak with my GP and going to get the ball rolling, just see if we can get a diagnosis.
Yeah. Do you think that would help you at this stage of your life?
I'm just more curious. No, I think it's just more because I'm comfortable with who I am now, you know what I mean? It's just more out of curiosity. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I'm just curious to find out if that's the case.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then hopefully you can claim some PIP as well.
Yeah. Well, you never know. Back pay as well.
I love that. So what's your favourite thing then about working in the addiction field, apart from working with me?
It is helping people, it's supporting people, and I love watching the journey from when someone first comes in to when we've got some great volunteers coming on board, and I've watched their journey for quite some time now. So it's watching that journey from when they first come in and they're anxious, the fear of the unknown, and am I going to be judged and all that, and then you just see them flourish into this someone who's helping others. Yes. You know what I mean? So that's what I love about it.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it's brilliant, mate. Absolutely brilliant.
And there's so many people as well who are working in this field, who have come from a volunteer background, or from active addiction as well. Yeah. And that doesn't make them any better at the job than people who don't come from lived experience. But it's really nice. Like, I'm also from active addiction through to volunteering, peer mentoring. Yeah. Yourself, I've interviewed Paddy Smith, he was the same. Yeah. There's so many other people as well. It's amazing.
I think we've got a really good, I think CGL as a whole have got a really good mixture. We've got staff who was who've been service users, who've had that lived experience, but we've also got staff who haven't had that side of it, but they bring a different perspective.
Absolutely. As long as you have passion, it doesn't matter what road you come down.
Exactly.
What do you reckon the hardest thing is about working in this field?
Seeing people pass away. I've had a few of them over the last few years, but obviously, I think that the first service user that I was working with who passed away, it does resonate with you, and that's the downside of things, you know what I mean? It's the horrible side of things.
Yeah, it's tremendously sad, and it's hard, isn't it, because you want it so much for someone, and it's just a shame they're not well enough to see it themselves.
Yeah.
I completely agree. Yeah, I completely agree. Okay, obviously you're an outreach worker now.
Yeah.
So before you were doing this job here with us, what were you doing?
Oh, okay. Do you want me to just list them out for you?
I want to see your CV.
Okay. So I started off as a peer mentor in 2013. We'd lost the contract in Sefton just as I finished the peer mentoring course. I loved what CRI we were back then, weren't we? But I loved what CGL were about. Knowsley had just won the contract, so I went over to Knowsley. I was a peer mentor for 6 months, and then got my first job over there as a healthcare assistant, working with the nursing team, which was great. It gave me that sort of clinical side of experience that I'd never had in my life before.
Yeah.
Then I went on to, I've been an opiate worker, I've been a alcohol worker at a hospital in Reach, which I did for many years, just in that primary care link role, so going into the likes of Western Hospital or Aintree. Yeah. And having some one-to-ones with people who were maybe not in service with us, who come in with issues with drink or drugs, or both. Yeah. And the nurses would grab me and say, listen, do you mind going and speaking to so-and-so and have a chat and see, see if they want some support out in the community once they get discharged. So, yeah. And some really good outcomes from that as well, you know what I mean? So,
yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
You're very talented, aren't you?
Yeah. I don't know about that.
I'm only being nice because we're being recorded. When this finishes, I'm joking. Okay, so of all time then, who's your favourite singer or what's your favourite band?
Ooh, now I've got just an eclectic mixture of music that I love. Old school, I would say Jim Morrison and the Doors. That's me old school sort of stuff. I love stuff like Clanad. I was a hip hop DJ, so I love stuff like By the Far Side and the Goats and stuff like that. So
I've never heard of any of these.
No. That's why I told you them.
Yeah.
Because I thought you'll just
well
play over. Yeah. So yeah, it's just a massive mixture.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love it. You did play. Who was that person you just mentioned? Clanad.
Clanad.
Yeah, I've played some Clanad to me before.
Yeah.
But we were in the car driving.
We were on a home visit.
On a home visit, yes, we were. And that particular person from that home visit has gone into detox today.
Wow.
How funny. Yes.
Wow.
She has. Very well done.
Oh, that's amazing, mate.
Okay, what's your favourite food of all time?
Strawberries.
Go away.
Strawberries, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. And when I was a baby, my mum just said, that's all I used to eat, strawberries. I used to love strawberries, I still love them to this
Darling, were you where from Blundellside?
That was a long time ago. A long time ago.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
So like, for your tea, you're not going to have strawberries, are you?
Big fish, I love fish.
Do you?
Yeah, so I love fish. I can't do spicy food. I can't do curries or anything like that.
Okay.
But yeah. So yeah, normally fish I'll have.
Okay.
So
I like
keep
that.
the Al Grey matter ticking over.
Yeah. That's why you've got such a lovely head of hair.
I know, mightn't it?
I think it's got something to do with it. What's your favourite film?
Favourite film? Can I name a couple? Is that alright?
Yeah, come on.
Okay. Apocalypse Now.
Okay.
Aliens, the second one.
Okay.
The director's cut has got to be as well.
Right.
Comedy now. What would I pick for a comedy? Ooh, that's a hard one. I did like American Made with Tom Cruise. That made me laugh quite a bit. And just I would say they're the top films, like so.
Okay.
And Terminator 2, it's always a good one. That's my Christmas film. Don't ask me why.
Go away.
Don't ask me why, but Terminator 2 is my Christmas film.
Is it?
Don't know why. No.
Okay. What's your favourite group at CGL that we currently offer?
Favourite group?
Yeah.
I love them all.
Okay.
I think we've got that much on offer here at the moment, and I think, you know, you see service users coming out of the groups and they're just buzzing.
Okay.
They just love it.
So what I'm hearing you say is that your favourite group is the choir that
Probably
I
the
run.
choir, yeah. Do you know what? I knew that was coming. That's why I held off from it. Because I wanted you to... Yeah. No, the choir's brilliant, mate. I'm just loving the vibe down there.
Everything's amazing. All the groups are amazing.
Yeah.
It's really good.
And it's getting more and more as well, you know.
Yeah.
We're adding to that, aren't we?
Yeah, so I went out and I went out with Kate, the community educator.
Yeah.
She's amazing, her.
Boss.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
She went to go for Savini, I think it was.
Okay,
and
yeah.
He went to go and she went to do some like drug and alcohol training.
Yeah.
And he wanted someone with lived experience to talk. So I went along. I think one of the other volunteers, sort of volunteer went along who doesn't want to be named.
Yeah.
And then I went along.
Okay.
And yeah, she was phenomenal. I learnt loads from her.
Yeah. Well, I did it up in Southport Tech with Kate, so I went as long as her lived experience sidekick for the day.
Yeah.
Which was brilliant. It was... I'd never stood up and, you know, listen, there's a lot of people who know my background and I'm open and honest about it, you know what I mean, where I was and where I am today. But to actually stand up in front of 40 odd students in like a hall I felt quite emotional at the end of it because I'd never ever got up and talked about it in front of that many people, you know what I mean? So yeah, it was brilliant. Like,
so how do you feel? How do you feel then when you think about? So some people think about their own past and their own history of an addiction. They feel shame, regret, all the negative things. Personally, I don't feel any of that.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't. I think that's made me the person I am today.
Yeah.
You know, for me, you know, that was a part of my life that, it made me the person I am today. I don't regret it. I don't feel shameful about it because it's where I was at the time.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely. And nobody would ever choose of a morning, God, Lord, to be an alcoholic or a cocaine addict or a heroin addict.
Choice. It's not a choice.
Absolutely. So, okay then, let's turn this on its head a little bit. Do you consider yourself, and there's no right or wrong answer with this, and I'll tell you what mine is afterwards. Do you either say that you're in recovery, you're recovered, or you don't say anything at all?
Okay, so funny enough, I'll tell you a little story. It's going to be quite quick, but I was working in one of the hospitals and a nurse asked me to go down and see a patient. I had an intervention with this patient, with the nurse there. We come away and the nurse turned around to me and she said, "Do you realise what you just said to that person?" I went, "No, what?" She said, "When I was in recovery." So for me, you know, my personal feeling is that I've recovered.
Yes.
That's now another part of my journey to where I am today.
Yeah.
It's a personal choice, you know, and I know people who have been in recovery for the last 20, 30 years and they will continue to be in recovery for the rest of their lives. Yeah. So, and that's down to them. That's their personal choice. But for me, that's a piece of my life that is now I've moved on from.
Yeah. So I always say, I think for me, the best way to deal with things that were a bit shit in the past is to find humour in it.
Yeah.
So I never say that I was an alcoholic, although I was an alcoholic through and through.
Yeah.
I say that I was a wine connoisseur. And it sounds a bit better. And I say that I went into early retirement at 25.
Oh, I love that.
And that, like you, I'm not gonna be branded as or labelled as anything unless I choose to be. Yeah. And I choose not to be. Yeah. I'm recovered or in recovery. Yeah. It's just that was then. This is now. Yeah, exactly, mate. And I'm on board with that. That's where I am. The only thing is the same. I was a bitch then, and I'm still a bitch now.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Yeah.
Yeah. I can agree with that one.
Thank you, I think. Say 5 positive things about yourself.
Outgoing.
You are.
Easy to talk to.
Yeah.
Full head of hair.
Yes. Beautiful head of hair. I'm so jealous.
I think I make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a good listener.
You are. So my positive things about you, or my 5 things about you, are your thick head of hair, your beautiful head of hair is what it is.
Yeah.
But I'm going to leave that out of the 5, okay? So you're clever, you're a lovely person.
Thank you.
Got a beautiful smile, you're approachable, and you're really kind.
Oh, thank you. That's much of and do you know what? To hear it from a co-worker and a friend is just it touches me.
Well, it's true.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time today.
Oh, you're welcome, and thank you.
You are welcome. Have a lovely weekend, you
And you.
bitch. Bye.
Bye.